Republic of Liberia? Do you agree? Joseph Walker is an old, frail, and weak, unpatriotic, questionable citizen of the Republic of Liberia. Do you argue that? He's 23. Joseph Walker is an old, frail, and weak, unpatriotic, questionable citizen of the Republic of Liberia. Do you argue that? He's 20. Joseph Walker is an old, frail, and weak, unpatriotic, questionable citizen of the Republic of Liberia. Do you argue that?
We do also acknowledge the laudable move by former Speaker, Councillor Funata Kofa. The decision so significantly helped in bringing this unfortunate impasse to a more accessible closure. This moment marks not only the end of protracted impasse, but also the beginning of a renewed opportunity to serve our people with honor and urgency.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working on a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened on yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because the Asa is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
He has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
What a day again. We are grateful to God Almighty, the creator and sustainer of the universe, who by his grace and providential care continues to hover us, irrespective of the hostile atmosphere, the threat, harassment, intimidation. We are not giving in. We remain undaunted, intrepid, not timid, but face the issues. Change is never easy. It comes with temptation, threat, harassment, intimidation, coercion, cornering. But when you can withstand, the atmosphere will just be a shadow. It is against that backdrop of God hovering us. The writer of Psalm 23 will surely say, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, what you see unfolding in Liberia, all around us, those intimidatory tactics are just the same shadow, just a shadow of death. So you hear people say, oh, we don't want this, you be careful, all kinds of stuff, because they see, they hear what the people say, but they are just shadow of death. The writer of Psalm was right. Though I walk through the shadow of death, I fear no evil, because thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. They prepare a table, you do, with your almightiness in the presence of our enemies. The enemies never want their dark deeds to be exposed, so they come out with any and everything to silence you, to subdue you, so that they triumph in the occultic practices and their evil and diabolical acts. But when you can face up to the reality, God is with you, because God hates hypocrisy, He hates silence, He hates pretense, He hates lying lips, and on and on. You do more than I do. So it's another day. We thank you that you've come on, that you join us for the show, Real Talk on Kings 88.5. We got 10,000 cash. Every day we give money. And so I should tell you it's 10,000 today again. The jackpot is 10,000. You can take the 10,000 by dialing star 799 star 24 hash. Play with 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50 US. Please do. It is yours. The time is hard. I don't know how to say this more than you want me to say. You understand the atmosphere, how tense it is. You don't know the future. I do not know. What I do know about life is you need money. Let money be on you. And you can get the money when you're not exerting effort. You get the money when you exert effort by playing the King's Cash giveaway, by dialing star 799 star 24 hash. Play with 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50 US. That's all you need to do. And then you can get that 10,000. Today is Thursday. Tomorrow will be Friday. And so you will have something going. Play. Dial star 79 and star 24 hash. 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50. That's all you need. And then your 10,000. Thank you all for coming on. Let's acknowledge few of you, because time is of the essence, and you people always coming up in your thousand. I can appreciate you people the more that you have taken on so much in a very short time. So, Real Talk. Abraham B. Croman, you are following from Iron Factory. You said Leo Basement from Titan Street, Ralph Cooper from Denver, Colorado, Rove Boduobine from Arizona, the United States, Matilda Stevens, you are on. Okay. I didn't know your birthday was on until I listened to AB sending you best wishes. So let me join my voice with AB to say happy birthday. If it is belated, it's still a birthday because you are still in the month. Wish you God's blessing, God protection, and grace, greater grace as you celebrate your day. Thank you ever so much for the inspiration. Yeah. Matilda Stevens, you are the prefect. I heard AB say you are the prefect for the class. That's great. When you can, it's good in life to get position, to take position. It's very good. It's not a bad thing, though. You hear some people in life, oh, me, I want to be there, so me, I want to be, me, I let position be there, me, I let, listen, you're not ready. It was better God didn't create you. When people place something on your lap, it means they see the ability, they see what God has empowered you to do with the gift. And that is a means of not only spreading your fame, but making a difference in the lives of other people. And it's good. It raises your morale. It takes you from one level to another. It's always good. Don't feign off position or responsibility or whatever people will place at you. It's always good to accept. There's Sherry Samoon from Bon County, Sexa Yinkan, from Accra, Ghana. Willem Hoff, Minnesota, USA. Mohammed from Mamadi Diakete Intellectual Forum in Jacobstown, St. Francis Community. Okay, there where you are falling from. That's good. Hope that the Intellectual Center is vibrant. Let not the legacy of Mamadi Diakete die with time. No. Gabriel West, yes. Oh, my man, Gabriel West, relax, man. It's just a matter of time. J. Tugbe from New Georgia Sambo Community. Good. Lawrence Harris, yes, is tonight. Solo Wat Corsia, your comfort zone. Juju One Way. Aloysius Gapu. Yes. That's William Massacre from Pennsylvania, the United States. Cyrus Kape from Tinker's Village. Philip Kura from Dubai, the UAE, and you say it is the evening on that side. Okay, good to know that. It's in the afternoon. Yeah. Boston, that's Boston Gila from Pennsylvania, the United States of America. That's good to have all of you on. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of you. We've got some info to share with you, and then we are out. It is a new atmosphere in Liberia, they say, according to the president, a new atmosphere. Just so you know, another admittance of laziness, doing nothing by the president, another admittance of failure again by the president. We will look at that. The head of the National Oil Company of Liberia made some kind of revelation. Corruption is in this government. The revelation by Swakoko Dennis is not a strange thing. We all know that, but they will portray themselves as not taking bribe or that the president isn't requesting for money. Yesterday, it was all over the place that WIA was just instructing state-owned enterprises and other institutions, government-generating institutions, to release 30,000, 40,000. Today, we see the same thing. We'll hear from Swakoko Dennis. Then we are at the center of it all. We will also close with giving the deceptive nature of the president unification speech, which has become the topical issue. We'll close with that. We'll identify some of the anomalies or errors, the sycophancy of the president, and the shame from all Unity Party people, the shame. So that's how it looks. But before we can get into those issues, we've got 10,000. Please take the 10,000. Start playing now. Go ahead of me as you usually do. Dial star 799 star 24 hatch. Play with $200 Liberian dollars or $1.50. As you play, you got your 10,000. On the other side of alleviating people, taking people out of poverty, Liberty Fortune is always proud to be associated and on.
Yes!
Peewee?
Yes,
What all the happiness for now?
Yama.
Mhm.
The thing that making some of our friends in other countries can be building houses and sending their children to Google schools now come to Liberia, yeah?
What's that?
They got one Liberian company called Liberty Fortune.
Liberty Fortune.
Yes, this company bringing one game they call Liberty Fortune Scratch and Win game.
And how people can play this game?
Very easy. Buy their ticket and scratch the silver part on it. Just the same way you can do the scratch card. Then any money you see on it is for you. You can win different amount of money, all the way up to 10,000 USD.
So you mean when I buy the Liberty Fortune scratch card and build the silver part, any money there is for me?
Yes, and you only need just $1 USD or the same money LD to play and win.
But where I can get a Liberty scratch card from?
Go to the shops, go to the boys who sell scratch cards and tell them that you want Liberty scratch card. Pay, scratch, and win. And then you take the winning card to their office at the Don's residence on 2nd Street, Tottenham Boulevard in Cinco for your money.
Pee-wee, thank you for this life-changing game. Liberty scratch card, we for it every day. Spend small money and win big money.
A message from Liberty Fortune LLC, the new game changer in Liberia.
That is one of several ways you come out of poverty. I explained to you what poverty is. It's not how should I say it? Like how the pastors can portray it like you have lost your life, you have lost essence and value, that you are on the brink of death, or that you are cursed. The reason why some of you can feel, or when the word is used on you by other people, you get so vexed and you say things to them that you ought not to say. It simply means lack. That all. If you need 10,000 Liberian dollars and you don't have 10,000 Liberian dollars, you are poor. If you need to drink a bag of water, which is $5 Liberty, and you don't have it, you are poor. When you have that $5, you are out of poverty. That means you do not lack because you have. It's not a bad thing, but it is being portrayed all the way that some people and some pastors can portray it like it is a curse from God. It simply means you don't. So when you don't have something, you are poor. Honestly. That is why these people, they try to give out money so that people would not use those words on you. Because when you are out of poverty, then you are independent. Meaning when you have it, you can make decisions. When you don't have it, you are down psychologically. That's when you start worrying. And when somebody asks you, you say, oh, I'm not feeling too well, even though I'm not really sick in the body, but I'm not too good in the mind, because what you want, you can get it. When you're craving for something and you can get it immediately, you are poverty stricken. That means you lack. But when you have it, fine. Right now, if you look at me and say Sam Andrews is poor, I will agree with you 100%. Even if you met me in the street, say Sam Andrews is poor, I will agree with you. I will not get vexed. No, I will even say, oh, yes, that's true. Yes, that is why when somebody asks you and say, oh, my man, the way I see you, how you looking, so what happened? Anything? And you don't want to say, you know that you lack, and you don't want to say that I'm not fine or lacking this, because the person will look down upon you. God could be in that person to take you out of poverty. That's how some people get out. You just have to be honest. And I tell people this every time I have the opportunity. Never ever be ashamed. You will not come out of poverty when you are ashamed that people will look down upon you. They will say all kinds of things. So you want to take the 10,000 by playing the King's Cash giveaway, so you are out of poverty and you can have your money to do whatever you wish to do. Thank you all for coming on. Let's get started. Time is fast spent. Clady Addison, you are on. Hello to you. Jackson C. Poning and Romancio Latupan of Iron Factory Block B Intellectual Center. The two of you have just come on. Good to have you guys on. I appreciate your presence. Okay, Ruth. Yeah, Ruth, I did acknowledge you. Thank you so much. Let's get started. Time is of the essence. The former speaker, resigned speaker, coerced speaker, intimidated speaker, cornered speaker, Councillor J. Fonati Kofa, has written formally the House of Representatives requesting or opting for an excuse 2 months. 2 months on 2 reasons. 1, sick leave. 2, visit constituency. He sent in his communication today that he wants to be out of that place for 2 months. 2 months as of the day and time approved by the plenary. Plenary is the highest decision-making body of the House of Representatives. So that communication was sent to was put on the floor, and it was discussed. This former speaker needs time to go through a lot, and I think they need to grant him that. They need to grant him his request. It's as simple. The reason for that is he been through a lot over the months. He been through a lot. He been through a lot over the month. He was intimidated, harassed, threatened, cornered over those months. Many nights he stayed out thinking, trying to find solution, even though he admitted his own sluggishness, which caused him this. But it is over now. So he wants to mentally recalibrate. And that is right. Except his guys aren't human. But if they are human, if they have that humanity, if they know who they are from a human perspective, that they have gone through different situations that they needed time to recover, they will see reason. 2 months, it seems long, but it is short. I think he deserves it. He needs to rest. He needs to take up time to really look back over his life at the legislature and see what went wrong, how it affected him as a person in the speaker position, how the impact it had on his wife and family, though it comes with that because he is a public figure, how it affected his colleagues too. Over those months, they were denied their just labor salary. They were suspended. Some of them were beaten by the police. None of the guys from the majority bloc would show any remorse. They were humiliated as leader. All of these things are the aftermath. You want to sit down and think how everything went and what you need to do going forward. It is right. He needs that. If the guys there are human. If they aren't human, then they will not. If they are human, then they will grant him that right. He wants to time off to seek medical attention and also visit his constituency in Grand Crew County. That's the communication he sent to them. Yeah, that's the communication he sent to them. They ought to see reason. Let them grant him that. Then that will take us to the revelation. Let us have a listen to this revelation. You don't want to be too critical of your colleague when you have the same attitude. You want to be very careful. Let's have a listen to the current boss, suspended Nokar boss, who is undergoing investigation with the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission for alleged corruption. She's suspended. The others are going to work. Mbwaka Jaliba, Emmanuel Zango, and the other guy. Why, as head, she is suspended pending the outcome of the investigation. Let's have a listen to her and her revelation. Hey, what's more?
We went out to Lufa County when the president was going to. I recall vividly, I said to them, we sent 2 million Liberian naira to Lufa County when the president was going to Lufa County for women empowerment. We sent 2 million Liberian naira in Magibi County for the UP Women Organization. We sent over 1 million Liberian naira in Grand Cape Mount County. So why is it questionable to give a Liberian family $2,000 to help to go for foreign opportunity? So I said I will not say much to that because I don't preside over the CSRO. I recall vividly, I said to them, we sent 2 million Liberian naira to Lufa County when the president was going to Lufa County for women empowerment. We sent 2 million Liberian naira in Magibi County.
Hold on. So while Bwaka was making these trips, they were being monies were sent or was sent underground. They were underground. They were releasing the money. The same thing they raised against we are government. Say, oh, you will instruct this entity to give this. They will send this one. They will send that one. And until now, or even now, they are still doing it. There are monies that SOEs, state-owned enterprise, those ones that are generating entity for the government, they are still taking money, not following the right procedure to the power or as per the boss request. Yesterday, it was wrong.
For the UP Women Organization, we sent over 1 million. I recall vividly, I said to them, we sent 2 million Liberian naira to Lufa County when the president was going to Lufa County for women empowerment. We sent.
So that's the money they use, they share amongst the women.
2 million Liberian naira in Magidi County for the UP Women Organization.
Okay, so you see why they were so motivated, so active all over the place, because the money was coming. Listen, come on, man. Down in the US, she ain't reached to the US part. When you get to the US part, that Liberian dollars, all in millions, 2 millions, 2 millions. So check that, do the conversion and see 2 million Liberian dollars, another 2 million. So that's 4 million to these women. When Baka going, they chunk the one that they chunk. What kind of money? State money. Was it processed and per the financial system of processing? No. Let's go.
We sent over 1 million Liberian naira in Grand Cape Mount County. So why
that's
is it
2 and 2
questionable
and 1.
to give like
Go back.
I recall vividly, I said to them, we sent 2 million Liberian naira to Lofa County when the president was going to Lofa County for women empowerment. We sent 2 million Liberian naira in Magidi County for the UP Women Organization. We sent over 1 million Liberian naira in Grand Cape Mount County. So why is it questionable to give a Liberian family, Liberian family, recall vividly, I said to them, we sent 2 million Liberian naira to Lofa County when the president was going to Lofa County for women empowerment. We sent 2 million Liberian naira in Magidi County for the UP Women Organization. We sent over 1 million Liberian naira in Grand Cape Mount County. So why is it questionable to give a Liberian family $2,000 to help to go for foreign opportunity? So I said I will not say much to that because I don't preside
Thank
over
you,
the
sir.
CSR.
Thank you, madam. Thank you. Thank you. Now she is calling on the LACC to expedite or to speed up her investigation. She has been home. She hasn't been working. She's suspended, and she is calling on the LACC to do the needful to expedite
Negative
her.
impact of cyberbullying is killing. It's really, really dangerous. So my network fluctuated, so I just solved that technical issue and get back.
It's not okay. Wait, get to that part. But it's not easy. You can see if you saw Swakoko Dennis lately, she has reduced. She reduced. The tension is on her. Yeah, what she wrote. She said, I am coming out today to test the LACC system in similar form and manner as to its credibility like 2017. I am strange to the LACC 2025 with reservations on tampering with the kids, or it is independent and void of political infiltrations. Since then, what's the other one? Yes. I want to believe and trust that the LACC is a credible institution and it will do what is just. Notwithstanding, for 3 counts of malpractices, which all parties appeared, submitted documents, and provided statements, it raises concern for me. The reason is I have never dealt with LACC before or any criminal panel. In essence, LACC is wasting time. LACC, she expects LACC to move fast with her case. If she's guilty, then the action can be taken. If she's not guilty, that she should return to work. But she has been sitting. She said, I chose silence during my allegations of malpractice and corruption because they were grave assertions, and as such, I needed high level of cogitations and composure. My thought process was to be as calm as I possible, that being loquacious in such investigation was perilous and could highly be detrimental to my person. Therefore, I remained quiet for about 4 months. I appreciate the LHCC for the swift intervention during these alarming allegations, and I submitted to their investigations immediately when it was naturally convenient for me to do so. Notwithstanding, for 3 counts allegations which all parties appear and provided statements and submitted relevant documents, I find it a bit alarming and raises concern, as I have not dealt with the LHCC before in any criminal parliament. However, I want to believe and trust the LHCC is a credible institution. I use this medium to call on the LHCC to come up with their findings against me, as it's important that I face my accusers in court, in the court of law, if guilty, or I be vindicated from their findings if not guilty. These allegations have caused me great reputational damage, and it can be in oblivion. Neither do I live with those charges hanging over me. I also call on the President of the Republic of Liberia, the Board of Directors, to be hasty with the demand of the outcome of this report and investigation, as they were very swift in their quest to get me ousted as CEO. The law is meant for relief to injured party. The law is meant for deterrent. The law is meant for correction. The law is meant to put society intact. So in her communication, she CC, that means send her letter calling on LHCC to expedite the case so that she will know whether she's guilty or not, to the president himself, Joseph Yema Boakai, Vice President Jeremiah Kuhn, Senator Yombli Kanga, Lawrence Protem. It's not easy. So what she needs to do, she needs to be as honest, explain everything that happened. If Boakai requested money, if Boakai demanded money, if Boakai cornered her, twisted her hand, used his authority to instruct her to give money, or somebody within the government release everything, because you say reputational damage, so I could go Dennis. So to restore your image, if you are conscious, if you didn't do, the allegations are mere allegations. If they are, in your opinion, you did no wrong, then you explain everything that happened. Everything. If the allegation brought against you, you had to do it because this person, giving his proximity to the presidency, or within the corridor, or certain minister having XYZ, or even the person who recommended you to that position, you say it. You say it. And Swakoko Dennis, she is a lawyer. If she hasn't left the law school, then she stay in the law school. So I am saying this to tell you that she knows what to do, and she needs to do the needful. She needs to do the needful. If she will sacrifice her reputation to save other people's image, then she should not cry reputational damage. Reputational damage is a grave crime that nobody can take serious, can overlook, except you don't know yourself. But if you know who you are and what society has accorded you, you will never overlook it. you will make sure that that reputation is restored. And one of the ways to restore that reputation, if you can be woman enough or man enough to expose people who corner you, who press you to do things against your institutional policy because they are the greatest power. So in this case, Swakoko Dennis and anybody who in this case, that's how it goes. You have to sacrifice the job, because the next thing that go with it, once they don't want to be exposed and you expose them, because they want to keep their reputation intact now. They don't want their reputation to be damaged too. They don't want any reputational damage. So you will have to either live with the reputational damage. It would affect you going forward, even if you want to get another good job or a good job coming your way, it will affect you and they will stay on. So the honest thing to do is to explain everything that happened with that stuff. The people say you took money, you put it into your company, which is named after your little daughter. They say you were extravagant and you were loose. These are grave allegations, and I agree with you, Swakoko Dennis. It's reputational damage. But now you can't just say that LACC, this is reputational damage, LACC too, no, we can't do the LACC. But be ready. When the LACC calls you, then you explain everything. Simple as that. That's all you need to do, madam. But right now, the bits and pieces coming on you from that local area is damaging. These things are coming into the public now. So you have to, because it is either you protect them and you ruin your character, or you save your image from being damaged by exposing them. If it is the president, expose him. If it is the vice president, expose him. If it is the senator or Senate pro tem, expose her. If it is a senator, expose him. If it is a representative, expose him. That's how you save your reputation from being damaged. But if you think that none of them were involved and you did it on your own, then you should not be crying reputational damage. You should not even be calling on the LACC to expedite or to fast track your case. You just leave it in the fullness of time when they've done with their investigation. If you are guilty, and if the law say restitute, then you'll be ready to restitute. If the law say that you have to go to jail for 6 months, then you'll be ready to go to jail. Simple. Because it will be proven that you damage your own reputation. That is the kind of situation you find yourself in. So that's it. And do you know that Swakoko Dennis, you brought shame to the women of Liberia? Okay, so that's it. That will be doing it for that. That will be doing it for that. The House of Representatives convened today. Let me share with you the speaker's anomaly of first error. Speaker Richard Kuhn. Bwaka did everything. He pressured, he cornered, he intimidated, he harassed the speaker to step down for Richard Kuhn to get there. So we recognize Richard Kuhn, but not with any ounce of a good speaker, because we know how he got there. Since there was an election, we take it from that point, we'll call you speaker. But you are under the microscope investigatively every step of the way. And be mindful not to make a silly error. When you slip, Speaker Richard Kuhn, and you want to be called speaker, we're calling you speaker. When you sleep, you're finished. Take it for joke. Don't conduct yourself appropriately. Your man say you must reach across the aisle. So here's the first error. They brought this allegation, one of the allegations they brought against the pressure to resign Speaker Fonati Kofa. Most of these guys, or all of the guys within the inner cycle or constituting the inner cycle of the current man who is the speaker, that Fonati Kofa would take his booties, his petty, his men, and give them those statutory lucrative positions. And I should inject, it was one of the reasons, the main thing that made those guys vex. They look at the committees. Most of those committees over there, they are lucrative. They are greasy committees. Greasy committee. You know what I mean when you chairman on maritime? And maritime, there are millions of generating entity. Hey, you're the chairman of that committee. Hey, just lead that one. Just think about all of the lucrative areas. Oh, they've complained. In fact, I think one time Ebi played a voice that one of the representatives was complaining when this thing started newly. You were complaining how the speaker ain't do that, the speaker he can't tell in there, all kind of things he was talking. I think he was part of them and he stayed part of them. Yeah, the speaker now, Speaker Richard Kuhn, we're calling you speaker because Bouaka fought all of his people to make you speaker. Do you know that for you, Richard Kuhn, do you know that you are a speaker but that stigma on you? Do you know you are a speaker but the stigma on you, the way in which you went there, it was not by the people's will. It was by Bouaka coercion, intimidation, harassment, corner, threat. So just as Charles Taylor, the people had no choice. They said the man brought gun. We saw the man all over the place here, people there. So let's go vote for him, because when we vote for the man, that's different thing. That's how Charles Taylor got that wild margin. People went to election. Yes, it was democratic, but it was democratic by coercion, by intimidating atmosphere. That the same way with Richard Kuhn. So the people go. Ironically, they were running all around. Did you see it? Yellow. Richard Kuhn got 43. But when he was outside making noise as speaker, they said they have 49. In the chambers now, they could not demonstrate the 49. They could not even read 43, 44. So you see it. The man did the same thing. All the people that he appointed are the people within his rank on the various committees, and he's still appointing all of his people. It was one of the things that they brought against Fonati Kofa. You call Fonati Kofa and ask him. He has all of the allegations besides the financial aspect. This was one of the things they brought against Fonati Kofa. Job, committees. That is why when they took over, when they had that junta overthrow, immediately they started to remove those guys Fonati Kofa appointed. Didn't you people see it? They started removing them from those positions, suspending them and putting their guys there to be in those positions as the reign, as the junta. Fast forward, he was elected by coercion, in an intimidating atmosphere. His first error, even though his man Joseph Bouaka said he should go across the aisle, The man stays within. The man said he ain't appointing anybody from the speaker's side and the other. He appointing so a man. Ain't that the same thing? That's the first thing. You take all of the complaints. All of the complaints. I don't want to read them to you because you have to be researching too. I have all of those claims. They're pretty close. I think about between 19 and 20. It there. Amongst the counts they brought against Fonati Kofa, that he put his own people on lucrative committees, that he was discriminatory in the distribution of jobs at the House of Representatives. Because according to the law, the speaker, it is the speaker. You know, our country is such that everything, you see that imperial power. The president has the imperial power to appoint exclusively whichever way the speaker, all of those people, the pro-tem. And our president, our constitution said the president can appoint at will and pleasure. The only thing, it does not extend to the judiciary and legislative. The speaker has the power to appoint. That's the speaker. He's the one who does the appointment of XYZ. So, what do you see? The man appointed people to tap areas. All men are being around him. Keep playing the King's Cash giveaway. That star 799 star 24 hatch. Play with $200 Liberian dollars or $1.50. That's all you need. Nothing else. Yeah. Nothing else. That's all you need. $200 Liberian dollars or $1.50 US. And then your 10,000. That's all. Play as many times as you can, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. You need that money. So that's it. That's it. Let's get to you now. But before then, let's read some of the comments. Then we get to you, and then we are out. This post unification day presentation. Dorothy Dissay said she should be careful. This is not CDC government that she lie on. This Bwaka government will silence her in a meeting. Oh, okay. And then Dorothy also comment on the speaker star, say, Mr. Speaker will learn the hard way. You cannot be friends with your enemies. That's why he did, instead of checking or checkmating the people he was taking side with. So yeah, he admitted to his own error. He admitted, Dorothy, he admitted. He realized that he learned a good lesson and he will not do that again moving forward in life. He felt that he was too clever. Yeah, he felt that he was too clever. But Bwaka can do anything. Bwaka get money. Bwaka can even build palace in Lofa County. So if he fenced a 4-acre land in Foya for his as his retirement place for 10 million, what there to be here? He's the president, huh? The man a boss, the man controlling the vote. The man, you know, when you're president, you can do anything. You get the money, you're controlling the vote of the country. Let's go. Then we get to Capitol Hill politics, and then we out on this post unification day presentation. 0772 23 99 33 0886 3044 97. The women's line 0777 98 0375. Hello. Yes.
Yes, I'm the vote of Sabu Rasta. I'm phoning in from Point 4 to be a sergeant in Zimbabwe. You know, Sam Andrew, you have said it all. Let me appreciate you for the show. You know, Sam, we told our people, but they failed to listen. On the issue of Rose Kogel and Sir Kogel Dennis, so we knew all these things, but I would urge my sister to take a step further. She should not act like Jesus to come die for somebody. You know, Sam, our president, in the initial habit of suspending officials with our investigation. So we urge Rosalind to take further steps to seek the legal process. You know, Sam Andrew, because we told the people that this government is not in the interest of the Liberian people. This government is very corrupt, Sam. But all I can say is, let me end on this note. You know, what you look for, you will always get it. That's why I thank you. But Sam, thank you for having me.
Thank you. Have a nice Thursday, Sabu Rasta. Let's go this side. Hello? Hello? Okay, you are off. Hello?
Good afternoon, Sir Andrew.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Sir. It's a bad thing.
And I call you from Cloud.
Yes, let's hear you.
Sir Andrew, the same thing that happened to Franti, it will still continue because Richard Kuhn will still be that same path. He will still be making that same mistake. But they're not going to do because he has the power now and the heavy hand behind him. So there's no way if you know Momo at the end, nothing they will do to you. Balance 6 years to end. Nothing they will do. Come on.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Let's go this way. Hello.
Hello, Sir.
Yes. Yeah, fine.
I mean, you pray for people for the country. You don't pray bad in the country. All they are wishing and negative and evil for the country. What a godly guy. They are older person. Supposed to be somebody religious.
So,
why? Very negative. Very negative. Why? Because we are not empowered against the God. It's only scratch that you're getting. It's always negative. Why? Oh, man, I'll keep on you guys, man.
Sorry, I heard you. That is what they call mental illness. So, sorry, but just accept it. If you don't know what mental illness is, that's what you just demonstrated. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Just hear you.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, good afternoon.
I'm talking stupid now.
Hey, lead that man. Say your own. I finished with that man.
Sir, it's still feeling again. One day, not call we are for the concert.
No, I talk that thing. No, talk the thing. You are on top of we are and that man.
Okay. About the money benefit for Nafa. They will more. Oh, they think coming up and the subscribe the woman, the woman go sit down. Then the other people working. They auto now they can't pay. That is still getting to her now. She coming carry complain. Let it carry me complain. Let it pay. Let it tell me sue. Let it put work and very okay. She will not close or then you talk. Let it think outside. International community must see what back to. Then you talking. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a nice day. Hello.
Good morning. Good afternoon, Sir Andrew.
Yes, good afternoon.
This is your sister, Marcy, from the Southeastern region.
Let's hear you.
I'm calling from Cloud. Thank you for the show. Like you just say, I want to call on Emma Glasgow. That was still like a woman.
No, that's not Emma Glasgow. Rostalin Swakoko Dennis from NOCA.
Okay. That was still like a woman. Your character matter. If you know what they post there, but they say you all post daily. They still working, but they say you who. Stand your ground, let the post call you for investigation. But if you have somebody near, say because Bwaga gave me a job, some will have people need, they will for a character, you will not get a job anywhere. So if you know listen to MCC and listen to self argue on the show, please do the honorable thing. Go to the code, let it make you to go and you can't raise yourself from there. So if you not do so, your character damage, you will not get anywhere in the part of the country to say you get a job. Anywhere. Thank you.
Thank you for calling, man, CC. Hello.
Hello, Sir Andrew. How is it?
Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you. And you?
Yeah, my name is Abraham Yuma, and I call from Crystal Police, formerly Barclay Farm. I wanted to thank you for the show and thank you for your talking point.
Yeah, this is our leader, especially the lawmakers. They are not in our interest because if they say they went over there for lawmaking and oversight everything, and notice that the law have been broken by one group, and they are supporting it. I don't know where we are heading. I mean, the majority of black people that win, and they have to go for a job in it, they go against somebody. That means they went for their own interest. They went for their own interest.
All
so
right,
where
Chief.
are we heading?
Thank you. Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, this is Benedict Zambia, the Central.
Let's hear you, Benedict.
Yes. I'm grateful to this afternoon for the show. I think Swaka with them, she deserves what she's going through. That lady is very loose and abusive. I can recall during the election, or there is connected towards the leader, our leader, President Joseph Maria.
What did she say? What did she do?
Within the legendary period, she was very loose, but that lady was very loose and very respectful to the leader at the time. She was insulted. And apart from that, this is the kind of caliber of people that are always being formed within the Unity Party. Both men and women, they are all criminals. This is why they celebrating 54 million coming from EU and talking about this. They're dropping the bucket for 2 years. 8.5 billion came here as direct investment. We didn't see nothing. That's a million to do something with. I think the people they are joke off. So the issue about the so-called Kung who is reading as speaker now, I think it's quite unfortunate. You cannot come against Kofa and get Kofa ourselves from the position for bringing people, a own guys, a best a colleague on your committee. So you come there, your first day in office, we are hearing names of people who are in range of highway.
Yeah, okay.
Majority blow. I think it's quite unfortunate. But as you said, we will just make the ill-fitted speaker and this part of their government every moment.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you too for calling. Hello. You are on the air, sir. You are on the air. Oh, you aren't ready. Hello.
Hello.
Your name and where you call from?
Mr. Andrew?
Yes, sir.
By the way of introduction, my name is Prince Tiki, commonly called Ronnie Star from Jockey. I am from Grand Gila County to be preserved back on the town. But we have a parable in our daughter. When you eating half food, you carry your hand in the food burn in your hand, you know, but then you now want for to see the place on your hand, then you put it in your mouth. That is the call and take on them quiet blood and then won't blow. So unless she had a poor but then she did this great. Thank you.
Thank you too for calling. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
This is Richard. Hello.
Yeah. What is your full name?
Richard Brown. I thought the guys were there for the rule of law. The there for a community position wanted. I thought the guy was there for the rule of law.
Oh, you went off, sir. Hello.
Yeah. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
I'm Pastor Manuel T. Cooper. I come from Balance, sir.
Yeah, let's hear you, Pastor Walker.
Yeah, firstly, I want to commend you, especially for your hard work in terms of the political analysis on national issues. Mr. Andrews, you can't bring anybody, you bring the former representative himself, Madam Swaka Dennis, right? Because somebody can use me and dump me. So she should be bold enough, courageous enough to her own conscience. You can't become a scapegoat for somebody. So whatever you want to send to the LSC, they need to investigate whoever. Because you can't go down for other people. So she should be honest to the Liberian people, to the public, to save her reputation for tomorrow. So that advice goes to her. She has to come up, be bold and brave, and tell the truth to the Liberian people how the money went wrong. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pastor. Hello.
Good afternoon, Mr. Andrew.
Good afternoon.
Yeah. Well, by the way of introduction, this is Mohammed Donzo Fofana Jr. I join you guys from the Snyder Draft area. Andrew, I just want to appreciate you for your hard work done for this country. But I really want to ask the Liberian people whether Waka and his followers have a logical thinking. Because sometimes we listen to the radio when Baga followers calls on the show, they always saying a lot of contradicting statements. I don't really know why Baga and his followers have common sense. Thank you.
Thank you too. Hello. 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 You are on the air, sir.
Hey, a pleasant good afternoon to you, Sam Andrew. One of Liberia's best investigative journalists. Sam, this is Hussein. My name is Hussein Kew.
You decided you resolved to start with the flattery, eh?
So, Sam, I call you from.
What happened? Well, you hold on. You exhibited an unruly behavior. I heard Israel placing a ban on you. He was
no, not a ban. It was a suspension. My friend behind the scene. How many of them know
you behave rude, and did you not?
No. Hey man, no, Sam. If you say that of me, man,
no. Listen, I was listening to the show when Israel was disciplining you.
No, but Sam, yes,
what did you do? What did you do? You are you are unruly.
No, Sam, I come in. Your days of Capital FM now to Kings. You know I've been media friendly. In fact, I didn't deviate from the conversation, not insulted Israel. Israel was sounding like a fisherman. I thought, Israel, it would be a good thing. You know, brother,
but do you know that? Wait, hold on. Do you know that I'm aware of your usual rant, which is uncalled for?
Yeah. So,
and you know that you cannot do that to any of your Unity Party radio station.
No, man.
So you see, if we are tolerant, no, listen, that's the disrespectful act that you guys exhibit. Listen to me. Listen to me. Yeah, my man, listen. You said you're doing it, then you say I won't do that. What you do, what we tolerate from you, what we accept from you, not necessarily that we are just loose unprofessional. No. It is because my man, listen. My man, I can cut you off. So if I entertain you, it doesn't say that you're making sense. I'm only telling you because I was getting close to doing the same thing to you. When I heard Israel blasting you, I had a second thought. Your stop. When you call on the radio station, it doesn't say it is your right to say anything loosely or be disrespectful. And I know that you guys can never show any disrespect to your Unity Party talk show host or your Unity Party radio stations. You will never even try to stoop low. But because we are tolerant, so you think that we can tell you you should never call on the show, and you will never call, and Unity Party will not do anything. So so get it forward now. Get it forward. Going forward as of today, you conduct yourself appropriately. Otherwise than that, you will only be calling on Unity Party radio station.
Yeah, so Sam, you know I've never disrespected anytime. Any point in time they respected you or
you disrespected Israel, which I will not tolerate. I listen to it. I listen to your conversation. I listen to Israel disciplining you, right?
Israel being a friend.
Yeah, my man, that's not the issue. I'm just telling you. So make your point and go.
On this show,
my man, I will cut you off. Make your point and go.
Okay, fine. Sam, so in that regard, let me use your platform to apologize to Israel.
No, when Israel comes in the morning, you apologize. I'm just telling you that I will not accept that. You will not show disrespect. You will not be disrespectful on Israel show or any show, AB show. Then you come and call on the other show to make your point. When you are disrespectful, any show you disrespectful on, you will not be allowed to make any position on any one of the shows. This is an institution. You hear? If you disrespect Israel, then you're disrespecting me. You're disrespecting AB. If you show disrespect on AB show, you're doing the same thing on Real Talk and on Let's Talk About It. So we're not entertained that this should be your last time.
Yes, Sam.
Okay, talk and go.
Sam, yes, now, right? Sam, we've been a friend to the media.
Yeah, my man, you want to I will cut you off. Say what you got to say.
So let me lay my thought quickly, Sam. Thanks for the show. Can I go ahead?
My man, I'm waiting for you.
Yes, Sam. Thank you always for the 40-minute opportunities. I want to use this time to appreciate President Bouaka and former President Weah. They both share pleasantries. I know we the followers of those leaders, we are the province.
I did not talk about Bouaka and Weah. So don't put anything on the show that I did not talk. See you. Hello.
You know, for Swakoko, when the issue, you know, I take it to be
No.
one in Samoka.
Yeah.
But am I right?
Yeah, I'm listening to you.
Mr. Samoka say the former president making to take all the air for money. And away, is that a function of him at that time to take all the air for pension money? And I want today he was crucified. Now that Katoman and Swakoko, the position she was holding, is that the responsibility of her that President Bouaka tell her to take the handkerchief or the window curtain for the son to give it to another entity? Is that the position? But and then when I will go, she will be hanging. Because if she say that the president tell her to do it, but he wish I know that what she will say. Or maybe some of the ministers to come are in position now. Is that why she will carry to the court? Did that case say that crime is transferable? You know so much for someone to hold your hand across the road.
So she has to clear her name because she say having a serious effect on her reputational damage. So she needs to. The burden is on her. The proof is onto her. She needs to say what happened.
Today I call on your show. If the woman have any evidence on that recording that you play, that the first thing you're going to be saying in the first 2 or 3 lines, she good at it. Play some of her record. What the thing they were doing here, doing the election, calling for name today, they share what any evidence. Now, God pity them. So anything you do to somebody, God will make you will do it to yourself. And you're not able to defend anything. You go continue to read scripture in the Bible. And now what happened today?
Okay, Chief.
Thank you very much.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
How are you, sir?
I'm good as you are.
I'm Pastor Aaron McGill.
Let's hear you, Pastor McGill.
Yeah. First, I want to tell you thank you for the show, for enlightening the minds of the people of the Republic of Liberia. But what significantly needed to be done, I think we all should be coming up with recommendations and remedies. Like, for example, anyone that steals millions of dollars in this country and will be investigated and found guilty, I think what should be done, your whole family line should not be entitled to public job. And the next thing again, we should inscribe into our constitution a means of establishing morals to be mandatory in our constitution. People do not have regard for integrity, for character, and good ethical moral practices. So these are one of the impediment issues of our society. Then speaking to the lady, Swakoko Dennis, if she wants to be a novice, educated novice, I'm sorry for that, but I will use the word. You can't be educated and let somebody use you as a clown. It means that your education is meaningless in exhibiting what you should be highly knowledgeable. Okay, I'm saying this to say that she, at this time or stage, she needs to come out vehemently with facts, because you cannot go into court and tell her a case without authenticating facts. Then therefore, for you to have that case to be in your favor, I see it as a big challenge. And this is my support.
Okay, Pastor. All right. Well, insightful recommendation. Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you, Pastor. You did extremely well. It is inspiring to hear pastors coming out. Let's take a few calls from the women's line and then we move on. Hello. Hello. Lower your radio or cut it off.
Okay. Hello, Andrew.
Yes, hello.
I come here, I cut in it off. Yeah, I call, but I have your friend. What you say?
Who say?
I was talking to your worker.
Who say?
I say something he gave it to 87.9. I can't went and stop him, can't book me, say, next time he deny me, you know my truth, you will send letter and apology before we ever lie.
Oh, he can't say rudeness to kind, to freedom.
He did to kind. Now you see me. He did to kind. I can't buy him. Even when you want to with Nimne, people told Nimne, boy, Nimne was
the hot FM when that Nimne.
Yeah.
So you just can't unite by the rudeness to all. Who's it? You say you had a women? You had a woman rather? The women that know you. You go from radio station to radio station, you just showing your rudeness. You see that?
Can't say I lied. I'm telling you about. So for the reason you will prove it, you will give you a stamp paper here before whoever allow you. Even when you say the ball on the game to you get that kind of behavior. See you.
Okay, well, okay. We'll see you, yeah. The women that they know you. Man, drop that thing, man. Don't do that. We're in an intellectual cycle. You call, you don't have to put emotion into it. This country, Bwaka does not know you. Anything happen to you here, Unity Party people will not get time. The $5-10 they give you, you're screaming for them. The same thing you people were doing, you were saying of CDC people. Truly, CDC have people calling all over the place the same way. At the close of the day, most of them got tired. They started complaining. You have to stop those things. When you call, just state your point. You Bwaka, then Bwaka himself. You're not Unity Party, then Unity Party itself. When you call in, just state your point and go. These people ain't got time for you. How much dollars they giving you so much that you damage your reputation? You think Bwaka get time for you? Bwaka know you. Bwaka even wants to know you. I know that you are a partisan, but just play the partisan role. Yeah, you don't have to go that route. You see the old man and talking how the people know you. All the radio stations know you for that kind of unruly behavior. It's not good. Then our other men can't. But when a mental problem there, that guy I called before who see you think a headache. You see how you let opposition radio? You can call your pro-government radio. And the other one, and Prince Moy open his radio station. Yeah. So you'll be calling there. But you're able to say anything you can say. The people from the opposition, they don't bother you. But the reason why you're not comfortable with your radio stations, because they're not telling the truth. They're covering the truth because they don't want to be exposed. So when the opposition radio is exposing, then you'll get very because it's hurting you and you'll know that the truth. Let's take this break. When we come back, then we are into unification. Bwaka's unification. That's how I can term it. Let's take this break.
It's your bonario, Sibiri Pila Patala. Liberty Fortune Company is here for every one of us. If you want to get money easy, buy Liberty Fortune Scratch Card. Scratch and win, they will make you get a copper. Hey, yeah. If you want to get money easy, buy Liberty Fortune Scratch Card. Scratch and win, they will make you get a copper. Yeah. So let me see your hands up on the bottom. I say we gotta keep puffing. I say we gotta keep puffing. Let me see your hands up for the bottom. I say we gotta keep puffing. I I say we gotta keep comforting. You can play with your $1 US or equivalent 200. Simple mathematics, when you buy a Liberty, you win your money straight. Liberty for to scratch and win game, make it easy. Oh. Just go to any scratch card booth and you ask for Liberty. You buy a card, then you pay. Oh. Stand a chance to win. Oh. You can win up to 10,000 US. Yeah, if you wanna get money easy, oh. Buy Liberty Fortune scratch card. Scratch and win, they will make it a get copper. Hey, yeah. If you wanna get money easy, buy a Liberty Fortune scratch card. Scratch and win, they will make it a get copper. Hey, yeah. Yeah, I keep the people bring. You help you to pay your children's school fee. Ah, yeah. So come and play a game. You know that game the people bring. It help you to pay your car repair. Ah yeah. So come and we have money. It's not that game the people bring. It help to improve your business. Ah yeah. So come and play a game. It's not that game the people bring. It help to pay your fine hustle. Ah yeah. So come and we have. If you wanna get money easy, buy a Liberty Fortune scratch card. Scratch and win, they will make it a get copper. Hey yeah. If you wanna get money easy, buy a Liberty Fortune scratch card. Scratch and win, they will make it a get copper. Hey yeah. So let me see your hands up for Liberty. I say we gotta keep Pafferton. I say we gotta keep Pafferton. Let me see your hands up for Liberty. I say we gotta keep Pafferton. I say we gotta keep Pafferton. So let me see your hands up for Liberty. I say we gotta keep Pafferton.
You can win up to 10,000 United States dollars. 10,000. You can win 10,000, up to 10,000 United States dollars. Squash and win. It is very easy, very, very easy to do. You heard the formula. Just squash and win. Let's get to the second and final lap of the show. And then we are out on this post Unification Day presentation. JNB Unification Day. It is topical. It is a trending issue, and given the deceptive nature of it, it can be left. You know, the guys ahead of me discuss it from different professional angles, and I thought to talk about it too, given the deception, the broad day lie, the pretense. Lie is not only a sin. Lie is not only a sin. The Bible says God hates lying lips. And I am convinced the reason God hates lying lips, because that is the core character. That is the main character of the devil, of Satan. We believe that to be true because in John 8:44, God said it, that he speaks lies of his own character. And anyone who lies to deceive, that person is devil, is Satan. You look up John 8:44. God said it. He said the devil lied. The devil lies of his own character, meaning this is who he is. Only deceptive people, only people with cunning attitude lie. Honest people don't lie. That's why God said, tell the truth. Don't deceive. So, over the hours we got into Wednesday, called Unification Day. Unification. We got into Unification Day in Liberia, which was and is constitutional until it is repealed. The executive got no option but to announce or release the statement declaring that it is Unification Day, and it goes with being holiday. And the word comes from, besides the history of it, the word itself explains the history. Something must necessitate an action. So that action is explained in the very word unification, which means to knit or knit together, to hold together, is the same as unity or united, a bond, and on and on. Unify means one accord, no division, no misunderstanding, no strife, no confusion, but rather oneness, peace, love, and on we can go. The word, it is the same as the word reconciliation. It may sound different, or you may think that unify or unification and reconciliation aren't the same. Reconciliation is simply having an understanding, no strife, no division, one accord with a person or place, whatever. When you are at peace with yourself, you have reconciled yourself. When you are at peace with the next person, you are in one accord with that person. The person is in one accord with you. You people have reckoned. There isn't any split. So if you will sense a difference, it would be the application. But theoretically, or the etymology of the two words or the history of the two words means the same, so they can be used interchangeably. If you look in the Bible, Titus, all of those guys using these two words interchangeably. In our cultural context, which is political, the word, the essence of the word cannot be detached or removed. No. Every other thing biblical applies to the culture. So if they say holiday and it's time for soul searching and coming together, unifying, reconciling, whatever, it means we have an understanding ahead of the day. So we will start mending fences with our brothers and sisters. we'll start mending fences with our political colleagues who are on the other side of the political divide, because we are all humans. We are only different by ideology, but we are within. No government is an island. Every government needs everybody on board. No government can be successful by its own people. So prior to that, then we start mending fences, meaning we start settling things amongst ourselves. So when the day itself comes now, it will only be to commemorate it, or to say we're having days, we exemplifying this by this gathering, and everybody will be excited, and then there is a shift in the atmosphere. Let me show you one, not from the Bible, but politics. If you follow the inauguration of President Joseph Yema Boakai, at the close of the day, you saw unification. The word was in practice. The word was practical. If you follow the inauguration of President Joseph Yema Boakai, at the close of it, what did we see? Unification. And God had taught, it was the understanding of God Almighty, because He is the source of unification. And when He sees it being exemplified by His creation, He gets ready to pour out His blessing, protection, and provision upon that country or institution or people or person. God had taught that the unification created on election day by whoever it came true was going to be the beginning of uniting Liberia. When former presidents Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, George Manning Weah, and current or inaugurated president Joseph Yema Boakai they all lifted their hands. That was not just a symbol, it was nothing symbolic. It was a clear demonstration of unification, with God sealing it and say, going forward, you people in Liberia, let there be no division, let there be no strife. Reach out to everybody, everybody reach out to everybody, and you people are going to see your country flourishing. God had thought it was going to be the beginning, but they betrayed God. Joseph Yema Boakai just saw it as, okay, when we finish from here, I'm president now, I have my unity party people, all of us going to be. This George Weah man, I have no time for him. Ellie, she betrayed me. At the time I had wanted to be president, she manipulated it, she gave it to her son. So I would treat her with a little bit of disdain, because I'm the boss now. What she didn't want me to have, I have it now. And she's not in it any longer. So I will decide when I talk to her, if I ever want to talk to her, if I would need her in gathering, I would do. As for George Weah, let him go on that side. From that decision, from that very moment, Boakai started behaving, start with his exclusionary politics. You saw what been happening to the country. It all started with fire all over the place. Mystery fires, people could not really understand. And I was telling you people that God was at work, because you people don't know. We are the seers. We are journalistic seers. We are journalistic seers. Just as the pastors are seers, but many of them don't know that they are seers. We are the journalistic seers. And not only journalistic seers, but Christian journalistic seers, because we read the Bible. God in heaven God in heaven works with fire. God shows signs by fire. God destroys by fire. He shows sign by water. He destroys by water. He shows sign by disease. He inflicts by disease. Any and everything God can do. Today, nobody in this country knows how the fire started, how it started running here and there. No cause. Nobody can give any cause. You're going to ask Nadab and Abihu, what did God use to destroy them? The first thing he showed was fire. And they start acting stubborn. He used the same fire to destroy them. From that very day, God say this sign here is a sign of unification. This is what I want in that country. You say it is a country unto me. If my people who are called by my name in Liberia, and they will demonstrate sign of unification, which I expect to start with the leaders, and I see the three of them hands in the air unto me, and three of them are Christians, then I am getting ready. But Bwaka say no. So God say, good. I will show you. That was the sign you people were saying. But Bwaka was not far-sighted. All of the people around here were not far-sighted. That's why you saw all of those things. God can even decide today and say half of Liberia will go. God can decide today, say X, Y, Z leader A, leader B, leader C, leader D, I will inflict this or I will cause this to happen. God can decide. That nobody know what will happen the next day. God started showing the sign that division is rife in Liberia. Bwaga had no time. Who takes the lead? Paul said, follow me. Follow me as I follow Christ. As I take my lead from Christ, follow me. Christ is the unifier. And I am demonstrating as your leader that unifying spirit. For Bwaga to do the same, say no. God said, but then fire will be all over the place. And more mystery things about to happen. Your Unity Party people, you call and say we're talking all kinds of 21 days. You say all kinds of us and your president Bwaka. Who is more divisive? Who caused this country to be in this thing today? I'm about to play that his so-called address and pinpoint certain things you hear. You being in this place, you saw all those things happening. You, the president, you never ever attempted. Reduce himself to Unity Party president. When we say Unity Party president, then you get this. That's the first thing. Bwaka reduced himself to Unity Party president. When President Weah came to the president, say they saw Unity Party saw one or two errors. What were they saying? They say, oh, you president for CDC, you president for the whole country. Then job focus on CDC. You took off as the president of Liberia. You're not president for CDC. You're president for the whole country. That's what they were saying, and they were right. Bwaka takes over. They have it now. Bwaka decided to reduce himself to Unity Party president. He excluded the rest of the people. Bwaka will cut off speech from his predecessor, the man who he should have lain on, that at this point in time, I bet you, listen, Bwaka can have all of the highly educated people in his government as they are bragging today. They can do nothing without a person who has the contact. You never ever successful in anything in life without a contact, without a contact person. You always need that kind of person. And I know that for a fact because I see it in the Bible. If you don't have, you're not close, you're not leaning on somebody who has that contact, forget it. What do you see happening? Gettings, then they're just moving, from one place to another. They say they're doing deep dive. You hear they're explaining all kinds of things. But you see anything happening? You see anything? You see anybody encouraged to come to Liberia? No. But I bet you if this man was leaning and say, oh, Mr. We are all these things I can understand. It is normal in life. We have misunderstanding. Or your ascendancy to the presidency, why it is true that I have some reservation, but I can't blame you. It wasn't you. It was Ellen who manipulated. However, it was good that you ascended. You did what you could for this country. Thank you so much. And you have vast experience and the contact. I will need you to help us move this country forward because no one person can do it. Had Bouakai spoken that way, listen, the atmosphere is going to change. What is affecting this country is the hate that leaders have for their colleagues. So Unification Day was not the day, in God's opinion, for Bouakai to have said deceptively what he said. Do you know that the people made fun of Bouakai? They just allow him to use certain time or put paper in front of him to read. They don't look at the timing. They don't look at the aftermath. And then when he finished, then they say, oh, this one, that one. So the man say he called Weah, he called Ellen, he called Benin Ayure, he called the religious leader, the Council of Churches, the Liberia Muslim Council. Did he? Listen, Bouakai has to go to his church, or he doesn't have to go to his church, but in his house, he needs to kneel down and ask God to forgive him. Listen, leaders take responsibility. Have you seen the interventions or yes, it is intercession. Have you seen the intercessory role played by most of the leaders in the Bible on behalf of their country, on behalf of their institution? Have you seen that? Some of the leaders, they were at odds with their people, or their people were not flowing along with them. But in spite of their difference, they went to God and interceded and said, God, we beg you. We beg you for the people of Israel. I take full responsibility for not doing this, not doing that. Lord, please help us. Year after, I am going back to reconcile with all of my colleagues. Didn't Bouakai say from the onset, before his inauguration, he said it's going to be his government going to be one of inclusion? Immediately after that, why it is true that it is the president, it is the government that wins right to do what they want to do as per their plan. But the reason people opt for inclusion so that it will not be seen as one-party state. You don't necessarily need to get all of, or 99% or 90 or 85% of the people from the opposition in your government. They can be few, but significant to help you move your government forward. At least it will be seen. That's why ECOWAS even told Bouakai there should be an inclusion. Don't discriminate. Don't introduce the exclusionary politics. Because along the way, you will need these people. Bouakai only had that thing as theory. He decided to do nothing whatsoever. Moreover, there had been series of events. If Joseph Yema Bouakai is truly a unifier, he did not have to wait for Unification Day. This is where God himself can get vexed. Do you serve God on a specific day, or do we serve God on a specific day? Do we wait for Sunday before we serve God? We serve God every day. You as the president, you as the chief administrator, you as the drum major, the leader, do you have to wait? Must you wait for a specific day called Unification Day to talk about unification and unifier and I call XYZ person? Isn't that deception? When you know the state of the country, must Unification Day tell you that Liberia is divided? You people are divided among yourself. That's the day must tell you. Must you wait for that day? And you say you are Christian. When you exclude it, you look at your predecessors, you marginalize them, you avoided them. One of the prominent men of this country passed off. All of you as leaders of this country, the entire country was in Nimba. You refused to recognize George Weah there. Your vice president refused to recognize Weah. They even prevented Weah from entering. They did not want to. And you sat down, and the rest of your people, including your vice president, would say nothing. You went to the Capitol building. Yourself, Fonatikova, burned the Capitol building. Fonatikova goes there. You set into the place Fonatikova is attempting to shake your hand as president. You, Joseph Yuma Boaka, you refused. You held your hand back. Your vice president refused. He held his hand back. Your speaker today refused. He held his hand back because the speaker's hand was dirty or he was a leper to shake your hand. You refused. That one, you did not see it. There had been events in this place, gatherings. You call your people you want to call. You left your predecessors out. You call the people you want to call together with a few people from the diplomatic corps. You have your event. You came, you brought the woman from Barbados, Rihanna country, Barbados, that beautiful island, very beautiful country. You want to go there. I advise you to make a trip to Barbados. When the woman came here, the woman was shamed. The woman saw dirt. The woman smelled stench. The woman saw a hotel far below. She thought she was in a village hotel. Because the woman used to, the people used to star class hotel. You're driving on the road, you can't hear sound. You're moving. Oh, the kind of life the people used to. When they come in Liberia, they think that they in a trash. You went to that place, a Cruiserville. You know what it means? You show the whole world how divisive you are. You exclude your predecessors from gatherings. You and your people sit down. You went to Cruiserville. It would have looked good. Before Cruiserville, there were major events. You know why America get the former presidents into gatherings with the current? You know why? You know what kind of message is sent? You know how patriotic and nationalistic and how God is excited and there is a shift in the atmosphere and God gets ready to bless that country, to put his protective covering upon that country. You know that's why he said how pleasant it is. What a blessing for the people to dwell together in unity. You went over there. You only invited Ellen. You left George Weah out. You went to this other gathering. You leave George Weah. All the gathering you excluded George Weah. And everybody knows in the whole world that George Weah was president of this country and George Weah is a prominent figure and George Weah is popular and far better than you, Joseph Yuma Boaka, because your only betterness is now you are president. You excluded. You created that exclusionary politics. I can name up because there are many. There are many. It was better Joseph Yuma Boaka didn't say anything unification. You stood there. You look at the guys being beaten at the Capitol building. You lie on the speaker and say he burned the Capitol building. Today, you have some of his guys in jail. Today, the speaker and other people, they stay willing from that psychological shock that you created. Oh, come on. Unification is not lip service. It's not mere talk because you are president or minister or director or senator or representative. You stop that thing before God struck you. The Bible, God hates deception. That's why he said, the Bible said God hates lying lips. Don't lie. You're not ready for something, just move on. And so you reach out to, reach out to Ellen, reach out to Benina Ure, Alexander Cummings. No, you don't have to, you didn't have to reach out. Assume that you did. Assume for the discussion's sake you did. But you don't, unification or unifying does not go with telephone calls or make public address or radio address. No. If you are a Christian, what did the Bible say? God said, let it be practical. He never said, Sam Andrew, stay to your heart while you drinking your surgery, then you take a telephone. I said, John Josiah, I called John Josiah today, and I told him, God said, come and go. That's why he said, if you have problem with your brother, and you came to worship me, that worship I cannot accept your worship until you go back. He said, leave your gift at the altar, go back and reconcile with your brother. Then you can come. Let it be practical. Practical. Call the mayor, he called me on telephone. I called him, I spoke, all kind of nonsense. I know it's hurting your bad way, but that is the truth if you are a Christian. Boaka is a Christian. Boaka is a Christian. Listen, we has nothing absolutely against Boaka. You know why Boaka behaving the way he's behaving? Because he's divisive. He's vindictive. He is in this paranoid state. You know what a paranoid is? A paranoid is that person that feels insecure and unstable by the presence of certain person or people. Let me give you a practical example. If you and you're living in a community and there is a confusion, all of you are together, you people are friends, and certain time that you have this confusion, and when you see two persons have confusion, it doesn't involve the next person, but because the person who is not involved with the confusion is friendly with the two persons, so when either one sees that person talking to the person who wasn't involved in the confusion, it will soon click to the mind that he telling that person or what happened or what I said, all the kind of stuff. But in reality, that's not what the person is doing. Just like you see people by the time finish, they say, oh, yeah, I mean, you're talking about what you're talking, but they're not talking about you. That's what a paranoid is. You are traumatized. You fix other people in your mind, and you think that they are the ones who are your obstacle. Ironically, you are yourself. You are your own obstacle. That's how it is with Boaka. Boaka places himself in that paranoid state. And I told you people, Weah presence here is an embarrassment to Weah. It's an embarrassment to Boaka. His presence is an insecurity for Boaka. Boaka feels insecure. That is why he would never invite George Weah to any of his gathering. Weah does not have anything personal against Boaka, against anybody. Listen, Weah is willing to get along, to help Here is the man who was a former president. The man is not in power. The man stay advocating. The man stay doing things. The man is still making Liberia case. The man is still selling Liberia for greater opportunities to come to this country. And then you look at that man, you say, he's your enemy. Because when you avoid people, listen now, when you avoid people, you simply saying that when you avoid a person, you have to be very careful how you do that. When you just avoid people for whatever the reason you think, you are saying that person or those people are your enemies. And once you fix that in your mind, God in heaven comes on their side to battle against you who see those people as your enemy when they are not your enemy because they have clear heart. We has absolutely nothing against Boakai. We is a human. We is ready to do anything to help move this country and government forward. It doesn't matter to where Boakai turned this country into heaven that he did not do. We takes credit because all of them are Liberians. All of us are Liberians. They wouldn't say Boakai, the only Liberian. They would say the people of Liberia. They would say, oh, Unity Party government. Yes, Unity Party government is a Liberian government. They don't say Spanish government or Chinese government or German government. What we are goes out to do, speaking to people on behalf of the country. Who everything going to pass through this Unity Party government? Does we take any credit for it? No. Boakai should know that we has absolutely nothing against him. And he should feel free. How blessed it is, or that God will be happy. See, these former, we were praying for former leaders. You people, probably you people incense that. You know how many persons, how many Liberians, most of whom are dying now, but very many of the people in this country, years back, they felt so terrible within themselves, so embarrassing. With former president, they're late. And you will hear people saying, but when will Liberia have former president? When will Liberia have former living president? That thing was really touching. To many people. Every time they talk about a former president of Liberia, the next thing you hear, late. I know for how many decades we never had living president. The people of this country were grown in their heart. God said, I hear your groaning. I will give your living former presidents. Today, we can boast. But here is the disappointment to God. After we have grown in our hearts and God gave us former presidents, the former president, the current and the former, they are apart. In the melting pot is the president. The one who is in the seat is the melting pot. It's that person who has the responsibility to reconcile. What Boakai did, I hope that the people were advising not to do that again. Otherwise, then that curse will befall this government. Don't do that. Don't make fun of yourself. You think you're making fun of God. You didn't have to call any one of those people. You know what it would have been? You know, the Spirit of God would have even come down. Had the president just gone in his room and said, Lord, this is what I intend to do. I need your guidance and your direction. I want to move to my brother, my sister, former President Weah and former President Ellen, to forge whatever they reconciliation or unification followed by the other. I'm moving this morning. I need you, your guidance. When you say that, he goes in a room and say that, you see the two angels have come down and say, guys, let's go. President, we are in this country. Even if you took President, we are by surprise. You know what it will mean? Just by surprise, President, we will be too happy. Just to take Ellen by surprise. The very unification day, you just drive to Ellen's house and say, sister, whatever happened, it happened. I need you on board. Former President Weah, whatever happened, it already happened. It's in the past now. This country has to move forward. I need you on board. Let's work together. This is our country. Nobody can do it other than us. The people look up to us. You know how you can break people down? That's how you do. That's how you do. You don't rehearse your anger. No. Rehearsing anger, you're just keeping it inside, You release anger by going to the person and say, look, I am here for us to work together. My brother, we are one in this country. Liberia is all that we have. This is our common denominator. And when the president is standing in the yard of former President George Weah, or standing in the yard of former President Ellen Johnson Sullivan saying that, you know what's going to happen? Or it will break all of Joseph Yoma Boaka ministers with hate in their hearts. All of them will feel so sorry, and you'll see that nationalistic spirit. You see, even some of them will even start sharing tears, and tears of joy. And there where God comes now to pour down his protection and his blessing upon the country. No country survives, no country prospers in division. When the leaders are divided, God in heaven himself blocks things. But the country prospers when the leaders are together. That was not necessary. Then he goes, and Ibi was right when listening to Ibi, listening to the show. That was the ultimate reason Boaka gave that speech. Not necessarily that Boaka needed to reconcile or he saw it. No. Because it was mission accomplished. That was the only thing, nothing else. It was the only thing. The only thing. Because Richard Combs, his puppet of a speaker, was elected. So he said, okay, now I can take a breather. Fine, since today's unification day, you're right, song and a statement for me. It was unification. Thank you to the guys at the House of Representatives, the majority bloc. That's all. That's the main reason.
True reconciliation and unification require more than a mere passage of time. They require deliberate effort, conscious decision by each of us to prioritize understanding over suspicion, collaboration over conflict, and renewal that I am pleased to acknowledge yesterday's peaceful resolution of the leadership stand-up in the lower house of our national legislature. Yesterday's peaceful...
Yeah, that what necessitated the man's address. Assume those guys did not have the election before Unification Day or the holiday, you would never ever have heard Boakai giving public address. Never. Everything, God, what you, hey man. Listen, watch the timing. Everything was planned. Samuel Koga, who won? Samuel Koga should have been inducted. But because they wanted Samuel Koga to vote in the representative election, the guys at the Senate too, they accepted the reason he gave. So he went there to vote. The holiday passed. Rachel Kuhn, the speaker, today, they inducted Samuel Koga. If you listen to Samuel Koga's reasons, his induction should not have taken place today because that it called for several days. But because they wanted Samuel Koga to participate, so they said, okay, we accept your excuse, the induction will not be done today. Everything was just on fake ground. They thought the formula was going to be embraced, but they did not realize that they live in the culture, in the same culture with sound, analytical people. It was better he didn't. The election of Rachel Kuhn, he just said, you read something, let me go congratulate my man. When everything, he messed up everything from the first day that he needed to force reconciliation. Unification was a demanding commodity. The president never, all of those things along the way. Look at what happened from the onset. Who reconciles the country? Who makes intervention? Who the people call on every day? Mr. President, Mr. President, Mr. President, the president, the president, the president. All of those things are happening. The same president will go to place and call people hooligans. Oh, come on. That's why God said, be slow to speak, quick to hear, slow to anger. Because you will need people along the way. These same people you call it hooligans. These same people you say they stole. These same people you say you will take your security details from them. These same people you say they get mosquito brain. These same people you call all kinds of names, all kinds of damaging description. You will need these people along the way. Did Bouaka tell his people at the Ministry of Information and other places to stop insulting those people, that they are Liberians as much as we are on the other side of the political divide as the ruling establishment, that they are Liberians also? I will need them along the way. I cannot run this country on my own. Did he tell them? Did he develop that discernment? Oh yeah, he was fueling it. He was giving more grease to the guys. How can you call a common citizen? What will you want to reconcile? Why will you want to make a telephone call, to do a telephone call to a common citizen, a plebeian, a downtrodden when you are aristocrat, a bourgeois? Why will you want to do that? Oh, come on. When you were calling a man common citizen, oh, you did not know that Unification Day was coming? Let me go, man. Let me go, man. I see you. Yeah. And that's Sunday. Today is Thursday. Tomorrow is Friday. And day after tomorrow is Saturday. And after Saturday is Sunday. Majority of you will go in church and say you're Christians. You think worship is just by your presence in church? No, that is a lie. If you are a Christian senator, you Christian president, you Christian representative, know that it's not your presence in church that makes you Christian. Jesus said, not everybody who said, Lord, Lord. Lie is the offspring, it's the co-character of the devil. Bouaka, don't do that next time. Be independent. You people here, you said George Weah was not using his independent thought. Yeah, you are. I am speaking directly to you, saying it directly of you because you are the president. Yesterday, everybody spoke to George Weah as the president, and they weren't wrong because he was the leader. We speak directly to the leader, not the ministers and legislators and directors. No, we speak to the leader. It was Bouaka who stood on that podium and say, I, Joseph Yuma Bouaka. It was not Sir Andrew, Joseph Yuma Bouaka, John Josiah, Cynthia Johnson, Abache. No. That one person. You stood there and say, I, Joseph Yuma Boaka, do solemnly swear that I will uphold, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia. So help me God. So everything goes to you. Everybody faces you. Everybody look in your face and identify your wrong. If you did right, we'll say, yes, Mr. President did right. Our president did right. And we will hail our president for that. It will take nothing from us to praise you, to exhort you. You are the president of this country. But when you are treading a path that will bring curse upon the country, we will have to intercede immediately. And that intercession is to look into your face and tell you that this is wrong. Don't tread the path again. Don't do that. Tell your people around you to stop leading you into a situation that will be so embarrassing to you. Do you think, hey, Mr. President, you don't have to stoop so low. Let me say something to you in your ears, Mr. President. Do you know that George Weah don't need you? But you need Weah, Mr. President. Let me whisper this in your ear. Do you know that George Weah, former President George Weah, don't need you, but you need him? Oh yes, Mr. President, stick it in your ear. So those people who are advising you, they are putting you in an embarrassing position. Do you know that the international community not comfortable with you? They can see you people, the hearing division, strife, misunderstanding, confusion all over the place. And let me close here, then I give my people chance to say in the next few minutes, Mr. President, you lie. You lie, Mr. President. Oh, I thank God you admitted, this is the second admittance, Mr. President, that you failed. Thank you for the second admittance. You're listening to Mr. President's second admittance of failing. Mr. President said it is the time to work, the time for service. So what was happening? What was happening before May 14? So the president acknowledged that everything, those 7 months, it was just rigmarole, was just noise all over the place. He acknowledged that. And you see, oh, come on, who created that? Mr. President. So he's saying now that time now for everybody, let's start the real work now. So we're playing. Then you expect people to take you serious? You're listening to the man.
Let us now get to work. The time for service is now.
Hey, so what was happening? I see you, man. I see you. God damn! Echo. So the man acknowledged that he created a playground, that he and his guys were frolicking. They were on the chessboard. They were on the stage, comediering. Nothing was happening. I can see. So you know now. You see why nothing? Why everything? And you can see it now. Why when we tell you nothing happening in conscience, he acknowledged, he knew that nothing was happening. He knew that the mess he created had a damning and still having a damning impact by that thing at the legislature. So when Rachel Kuhn speaker now, they say, okay, everything's settled now, let's get to work. Oh!
Let us now get to work. The time for service is now. The Liberian people are watching. They are hoping. And they deserve our very best. Unification is not...
I see you, man. Let me take a few calls ago. You play the Kiss Cash giveaway? 10K, 10K, I told you, or 10K. That star 79 and star 24 hatch. Play with $200 Liberian dollars or $1.50 and take your post unification 10,000 so that you use it wisely. It is time to work. It's time for service, and you can't do it with our money. That's what Mr. President say. Thank you very much, Mr. President, Your Highness. Jojo, JB, our president. Yeah, you joined me, man. Let's take a few calls. 0772-23-9933, 0886-30-4497, the women's line, 0777-980-375. Let's go. Let's start with the women. You want to hit the nail on the head. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, let's go. I'm nearly out of time.
Thank you. Thank you for your way. You ain't right. Let God bless them with Israel. God nothing to be here.
Amen.
Let God bless you.
Amen. Hello.
Hello.
Cut off your radio.
Yeah. Thank you. Let God bless you. Afternoon from West Palm Avenue.
Amen. Thank you, people. Thank you. Let's go. Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon, brother.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, my name is Maurice Pastor calling from Kentucky.
Let's hear you.
Yeah, brother, you are saying, but brother, maybe very important to you. You know, the time I was telling you about Unity Party, turn over and turn 11. The kind of division across Unity Party again now. In the time I win election, the they cannot cross on in the country. If you turn 11, my win, not turn 11 election, they cannot cross on in the country, but still. Mr. Baga took over the party as senator. The division too much in the country.
Yeah.
Now, even for feminine, for first, the thing and the kids, it's too much in the country.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Hello. You right.
Good afternoon, Mr. Andrew.
Let's hear you, sir.
Yeah, Mr. Andrew, God bless you. But what you do for me? I want the general knee I go to you. Let people be calling the general knee. Thank you very much. Let God bless you and give you long life.
Amen. Thank you, sir. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, your name? Let's hear you quick, sir.
Anyway, from Simeo. Let that guy here can protect for the good what you are saying.
Amen. Hello.
Thank you too.
Hello. Chief, you are on the air. Okay. You went off. Just few. Then we off. The world's greatest team is playing today. FC Barcelona. Just a win, and then Real Madrid is buried. Hello.
Hello?
Yes.
Anyway, I listen to the voice of the president. The voice of the president, I listen to it. That man a liar.
All right.
That man a liar. Because number one, so that now you say you should unite them.
Yeah.
That now you say you should unite them.
Yeah, because Rachel Kun speak on that.
So what are the result? Rachel Kun resign now. So he was speaker before he resigned.
So they know, the president never knew the word unification when the house was divided. That's why he never called for any meeting whatsoever. Nothing. He even intimidated, harassed, coerced Fonatic over because Rachel Kun is elected. Then he say unification. We must get to work. It's time for service. Very deceptive. Thank you, sir. Hello.
Mr. Andrew.
Yeah.
This is big deal. People calling from pressure. I will tell you say that the president of honor man and I will say that happened in Capital Building. So say you know that Kofa was the speaker. Why you say you went beyond Koro? No,
he did not.
That is time I also be asking. I will also be calling our attorney general now.
The man did not know. He did not know. He did not know the word unification then.
They have your unification day.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Let's go to the women's line. Hello. Yeah, cut your radio off. Let's go quick now. I'm stealing the people time.
Hello.
Yeah, let's go. Oh, madam.
Hello.
Madam, you on the air. Speak. Sorry, your phone. You got to look at that phone. Hello. No disrespect, but I think your phone giving you a hard time.
Yeah, Andrew.
Yeah.
By the way of introduction, my name is Prince Duty to the commonly called Ronnie Joking.
Yeah, let's hear you.
Actually, they want to happen. You see those people when the next person should take that speaker job. They know that Joseph Boakai know that they were going to be curable. They were going to order them. That why they play that clandestine, but God will punish them. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you all for spicing it up. So let me leave you with this. We gave, when I say we, the country, the president, the benefit of our doubt. Meaning, what he did, it was not true. So we are looking now to his call. And amen. Nobody will say I start a show. Nobody plays a good wake call to me. After you people are going to place good wake call, because we have good wake call now. We're looking now to see. So we hold Mr. President by his words. And he said he called former president. We are former president Sirleaf, political leaders, Ben-Hur Ure, Alexander Cummings, and the other people. Fine. And he said that time to get to work. And he said that time to move the country forward. So let's agree. Let's take it as the president is serious to reconcile with his predecessors and other people and bring them on board to get everything set. So let us all now watch Mr. President with the doubt we have in mind. That's how I want to leave you. Let us. The Liberia Council of Churches, the Muslim Council, he did not need to reach out to them. It was irrelevant. What is the essence of the Liberia Council of Churches? What is the essence and value of the National Muslim Council? What are they doing in this country? What are they doing? Bouaka has religious leader called Bishop Gale Brown. She saw all of those things happening. Did she ever advise him and say, Mr. President, this is wrong. Don't do it this way. Don't do it. Mr. President, there is something called unification. You are a Christian. Let's start to reconcile before we can even get to unification day. Unification, I do not know whether it is in the Quran. But what have you seen? What the impact of the National Muslim Council of this country? All of them have become subservient institutions. They feed on the crumbs of the political table. Yesterday, they were loud. They were trumpeting all over the place. Gale Brown go and sets on FBS. She criticizing other people in the net because Bouaka told her to go there and be running her show. And she's the religious advisor to Bouaka. Can she talk anything unification, reconcile that Bouaka needs to do? And we can name every other person that we know, we hear them. The president, religious advisor, Gale Brown. She goes on FBS, she says she's praying against the enemies. The opposition as the enemy of the state. They don't want to see Bouaka progressing. They don't want to see the country moving forward. But keep praying. Keep praying against people. You will know how God can operate. Go in the Bible, and you are a bishop. All of us in the Bible. You will see people who were praying against people. They were praying and God struck them. Go ask how they call her Mariam, just her own brother. They people call National Muslim Council. All that time, you ain't know that all the things that were happening, you ain't know that it was wrong, and unification or reconciliation or whatever needed to take place before unification day, you ain't know all that one. Bouaka only making fun of you. Does Bouaka don't need to call you. You people already know, everybody knows you. Bouaka you need to call you. So the men made fun of you in that I call the National Muslim Council of Liberia, the Liberia Council of Churches. The Liberia Council of Churches is a sold-out institution. The Liberia Council of Churches has lost its relevance. No value, no substance. I see you, man. Let's try to be serious in this country and move this country forward. Drop the deception. That's not how God works. I mean, if we want God to help us in this country, we must be very honest. I see the news is on at 6. And then today is Thursday. Okay, CDC hour is now on. It's on tomorrow, Friday. At 8 o'clock, it's Face the Issues. Wave, Teacher Light. The only light that exists right now in Liberia, the only light. Anthony Outlaw, A.B. William. If God permits, we're back tomorrow. I'm Sam Andrews. Shalom.